One of the questions that we are asked the most frequently is, are we getting back together?
So that might be the second question we're asked the most.
What's the most?
The most asked question is, why are we doing this? You have no kids. Y'all are divorced. Why? That's the question.
Yeah.
So similar to the question, but not the question.
Yeah. What we thought we'd do is answer that very question. So we're going to pick up our whiteboards. We are going to both write, based on how we're feeling right now at this moment, how likely we are to get back together. Because the truth is,
So now looking back at the relationship and also any relationships that you've had since, how important is attraction? And the reason why I ask this is because, a lot of people base their relationship, if they want to pursue somebody, based on the attraction, whether it's physical, whether it's intellectual, emotional. How much importance should somebody place on the attraction, and what other things outside of attraction should you be looking for?
So I think one of the things I've learned is that attraction is layered, and that the more layers you have in your attraction cake, I guess, is the more sturdy your connection will be. I think attraction is a very real and important part of like the foundation that you build for a relationship. And I say it just in terms of my own awareness of self. Intellectual attraction is like number one for me. That's like my top layer or whatever. But that has to do with like, how much do you know? Can we think together? Can we banter? Can we go back and forth? Do you have thoughts that are stimulating for me? Can we do critical thinking and, come up with questions and that kind of thing? That for me is like number one. And I focused a lot on that without focusing on the other areas of attraction. And I found that those other areas became more important. We're talking about emotional attraction. Can I trust you? Do I feel safe with you? Can I be myself with you? Right? Those are things that you have to like lean into and cultivate and continue to pour into. We're talking about spiritual attraction. Do we believe the same thing? When we're praying sacred texts, like all that kind of stuff, like is our understanding of spirituality similar, same? Is it connected? Is it divergent? Like all of that is important. Like I look at you and I'm like, who are you worshiping? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm worshiping a God, you're worshiping something else. Like that's repelling.
Yeah.
I think of like purpose and passion attraction. Like we had similar ideas about who we were, what we wanted to do in the world, our vision statement for our marriage, that kind of thing. It was like, I'm attracted to your growth idea or your ideas about growth and, life, relationships, like the things that are important to me. You think the same way about them. Like you value people. You like those are attractive, right? If you are a recluse and you want to go live in the forest in a hut, like that's not attractive to me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We need to be out here in these streets, not outside, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
we need to be out. We need to be in the world, making an impact, adding value, not in the streets. Yeah. Okay. But it's attractive when you find someone who is similarly philosophied.
Yes.
Right? And even physical attraction. So physical attraction for me was never a thing.
Yeah.
I thought physical attraction was like vain. Like these people out here like, oh my God, you're so vain. Like pop the balloon. I was like, whatever.
Oh gosh.
This whole swipe right thing. I was just like, whatever. You never know what you're getting. You need to have conversation. I thought it was like so superior in my thinking. But physical attraction matters.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until after I got married, after I got divorced. I started dating someone I was extremely physically attracted to. And that energy, like I desire like your body, like your energy, like your vibe, you know what I mean? Like your smell, your touch. And I was like, man, this is what I've been missing. Like,
but it can be deceitful.
It can be extremely deceitful, but I'm saying it as part of a whole.
But
right. So we're talking about layers and levels of a cake.
Yes.
That is, it's a whole package.
Yeah.
And if you have one piece, so sorry, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you have
You
to
can't
have,
survive off the one
you
piece.
can't.
Yeah.
Because once that starts to wane, then your connection starts to become fractured.
Yes.
Right. So I realized that after the fact, where I had more, more awareness, but also more like physical experience with it. Like I had an experience of different, of more levels and layers of attraction in dating relationships afterward. Right. So I thought that was really cool. And here's a kicker. Here's what I found out. And don't quote me on it because I haven't done any reading and I don't know if there are any research studies on this, but I felt it in my bones. I feel like attraction and forgiveness are connected. Like when I was like attracted to this person on all these different levels, easy breezy. Like things would happen, I'd be like, oh, it's okay, it's fine, it's all right, we're good. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's okay, honey. I had, oh my God, ample space for grace. I was like, oh, it's okay, everything's gonna be okay. But when attraction starts to wane, and again, betrayal, lack of safety, fear, all that stuff comes in, no space.
Oh, that's true.
Nuh-uh.
That's true.
You see what you
That's
out here
people
chewing
can get away
loud.
With the worst. If you're attracted to them, then they can get away with some things that
absolutely
yeah.
get away with murder.
Oh yeah,
You understand?
Yeah.
So I think attraction and forgiveness is like I'm willing to forgive when there's attraction that's high and less willing.
So what I'm
When
hearing,
attraction's low.
I'm seeing like a graph in my mind,
Oh gosh.
and like
We got the
it's
pie
almost
chart.
like the more dark skin,
Right.
the more dark skin
The
they
more
are,
dark skin.
the
yes.
the more nonsense they can do.
Absolutely.
Right? There's
You
a-
are so right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
You can get away with some stuff. Man. It's a wrap. It's terrible, but I felt it and I knew I had to get out of that.
Yeah.
I gotta go tanning.
Tan as you might. Tan as you will.
They got the bronzer. You can get the bronzer.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like, I can
I
spray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Don't
right.
entertain this. Stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to do some research after the podcast.
Yeah.
I hear you. I see it very differently. Not to take anything away from your opinion, which I couldn't if I wanted to.
I like that ambition though.
I think that I still think attraction doesn't really matter. What matters is, attraction doesn't matter. I'm going to start over.
Okay.
I think that people should figure out how can I be more attractive and how can I find a partner that I'm compatible with.
Compatibility.
And so
Compatible with.
compatible
Yeah.
with.
You said compatible.
I did.
You did.
Yeah,
compatible.
it was a little slip, but yeah, we got it. Yeah, compatible.
But then
Yeah.
he's kind of combative.
Comba-
so, I mean, that was like a Freudian slip, but
Prob-
pretty accurate.
What's that supposed to mean? What are you trying to say? No, I'm kidding.
Right.
So like because I agree with the categories you said. There's physical, there's intellectual, there's spiritual, but I think of those more as compatibility than attraction, right? Like,
Okay.
can we are we a fit spiritually? I think of that as more compatibility than attraction because
Semantics.
No, not really, because you can be spiritually compatible with somebody and they can do something unattractive to you. Or intellectually
Fair
compatible. But like I've experienced this. I've been intellectually compatible, but I was angry because they were right and I was wrong. Right? It wasn't hot in that moment.
But maybe the compatibility somehow brings on the attraction. So if you're compatible in certain areas, you're also attracted.
Are you more
in those
attracted?
areas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the reason that I make that distinction is because I think attraction wanes. Attraction waxes and wanes.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like again, you can be spiritually compatible,
Yeah.
but for a season you don't like the way that they're operating, but maybe it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
But does compatibility wax and wane?
I don't think the way that I'm framing it in my mind, less so. Like compatibility,
so
I
that's
think
more
of
of a
as
Compatibility is just kind of like compatibility.
Yeah,
It's
like
just-
who you want to be and the way that and who you are is kind of fixed to some degree in the frame that I'm describing.
yeah.
So it's not to say that you can't change, but like spiritually, for example, we both were Christians who believed that we needed to progressively give more and more of our lives to God and find ways to honor Him. Is that a fair? Yeah. So in that umbrella, there's a lot of different actions that can be taken. So there's times I wanted to do things spiritually, and Genevieve didn't agree. And I would say that my spiritual decisions might have been unattractive, or at least that's how it felt to me. But ultimately, given the balance of time, I still think of that as spiritual compatibility.
Yeah.
Right? Because that can happen, in any number of ways.
Yeah.
Whereas attraction is more like, wow, I like exactly what this person's doing now.
Yeah.
But if they do something different, I'm not going to be attracted, and then we're not a match.
Yeah, I still think it's semantics, because I think that you can certainly find that you're compatible in one season or in one area and not compatible in another season, based on growth, evolution, life experience. I mean, I don't know, what's a practical example? You get married, you have a child. Okay, great. That mother changes because her body changes or because her mentality changes. She's had a child. Now she's focused on the child. Well, is her attention toward you different? And are you guys compatible in terms of your, the way you want to spend your time, or, whatever the case? Like, to me, that also changes based on whatever life circumstance you're going through or whatever transition you're going
I
through.
hear what you're saying.
Like, compatibility is dependent on how and who you are in any given situation and season. In fact, I think that probably wanes even more.
The compatibility.
Yeah.
I think, maybe compatibility to me, I can hear where you're coming from, and to your point, it may just be the way we're using the words, but
Sorry, go ahead.
compatibility, to me, is like the way that you look at the world. So
like worldview schemas? Like,
yeah.
Huh. Okay. We're talking about high level, like, value systems and worldviews. Like, this is how I understand the world to be, and this is how I'm going to show up in it.
Yes. So like intellectual compatibility means both of us were always reading books, right? That's an example. Or both of us were always pursuing higher education, formal degrees, or both of us get all of our news from Truth Social, and like these are all things. There's different ways that you can be intellectually incompatible.
Mm-hmm.
So, and when we're talking about intellectual compatibility, we're talking about the value for truth and knowledge and information.
Yes.
So that okay. That's higher than just here and sort of on this like thematic level. It's bigger, that it's overarching.
Yes.
More, okay. Yeah.
You're attracted because of compatibility, but the compatibility can change, and that also might influence your
Level of attraction
to that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with that statement.
Yes.
So they both wax and wane, but I think one influences the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. And I think attraction is more visceral. Mm-hmm. Compatibility is a cognitive concept. Mm-hmm. I think attraction is an emotive, instinctual, animalistic concept. Mm-hmm. Right? So, and whenever we put cognition against emotion is probably going to win.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's that chemistry. Oh my goodness, I love this person. And
right.
But your brain is telling you alarm, red flag.
Yeah.
This person's not good for you. Look at this. And you're like, ignore. Right.
Yeah.
Push the ignore. Let's suppress that. And let's focus on how I feel.
Yeah. But then slowly the how I feel starts to.
It will.
Something starts
to. It will. Usually friends will tell you, sweetheart, honey, please.
Yeah. Get out of your bubble.
Which feeds into what I was saying. Like I agree with you that when you put emotion up against cognition, emotion is going to generally win.
Yeah.
However, the good thing is that we are neuroplastic, like because we can change what excites us, we can change what turns us on, and I think if we're going to get married, we need to, because that person's not going to look the same, that person's not going to behave the same, that person is going to be there's going to be things that are that life brings out of them that they didn't know were in there, right? Which is some of the things we both experienced. So. I think that's why I'm saying I think that people should choose their partners based on compatibility, but they should also have a mindset, a growth mindset about their own attractiveness.
Yeah.
For example, using the example that Genevieve gave of myself knocking over letters and letting my mom clean up after me, right? Mm-hmm. And what I should have done and have done to some degree is understand, okay, it's unattractive when I leave messes and make the woman in my life clean them up without being proactive about taking care of my own stuff, right? So I need to be aware of that and progressively build a new practice. Again, use that neuroplasticity to build a new practice of cleaning up after myself. And as such, I'll make myself more attractive. And as such, it, like to Genevieve's point, which I agree with, will have more of a buffer for those hard times.
Absolutely.
Because I am growing in attractiveness, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that speaks so much volumes to when it comes to conflict. Because people are arguing about the dishes in the sink. People are arguing about the socks on the floor. But it goes so much deeper than that. Right? right? People are having these simple conversations, not recognizing that there are like attractiveness, connection, compatibility fractures that have already taken place and that are widening on the inside, right? And so it's like, why did you smile like that? What's happening?
I'm remembering something else.
Oh, what was it?
I'll tell you after. Yeah.
No, I'm done. Tell me. Go ahead. Yes, go.
And ironically, I'm gonna tell you, it's not gonna mean anything to you.
Oh,
I'm just thinking about Love Is Blind. You never seen Love Is Blind?
I've never seen Love Is Blind.
Have you seen Love Is Blind, Karen?
And this is another
Yes, I
thing,
have,
compatibility and attractiveness when it comes to hobbies. This guy loves to watch TV. I was always like, I don't want to watch TV. Watching TV is like wasting of my time. It's a waste of time. And I think attractiveness can survive things like that, right? It can survive different hobbies and different interests and whatnots. And Love Is Blind? Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Personally, by the way, I think we had enough attraction had I not been betraying you in all the ways that I was betraying you.
You think so?
I think so. The things that I did.
You're just like, I'm smart enough. I'm smart enough for all this.
Well, you were just naming like intellectual attraction, spiritual passion, purpose.
Yeah.
Like, why are we here if we don't have passion and purpose?
Definitely passion and purpose.
Yeah.
For sure.
Intellectually, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm smarter than you. You know it. Like it's a perfect.
I love it. I'll give you that.
No, I actually don't think that. Please,
I'll
like
give you that.
I really don't think I'm smarter than her. Like I think Genevieve is brilliant. Yeah, I think like we can clearly laugh, but the cup of nonsense I was overflowing, and the cup of attraction was maybe a little bit underfilled or somewhat underfilled.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Yeah. Like I wasn't like you said. You like athletic, dark-skinned men. I wasn't dark-skinned. I wasn't athletic. I was younger. I was less confident. I was like, there was a lot. I get it. I'm not taking that personally, right? Yeah. So I think that may have, who knows, but may have played a factor.
Yeah. I was gonna say like opposites also, when they say opposites attract, right? So maybe there are some things that you're compatible in one way, but it doesn't mean that you are alike in all things.
Yeah.
Right.
So you could be attracted to something that you see in them that you realize you don't have, and that's the thing that brings you together.
Absolutely.
What happens oftentimes though is sometimes the thing that attracts you starts
Also
to become
repel.
the thing that you're not attracted to because of the other factors as well.
Yeah. I find so you mentioned something earlier about men and how they are mostly how they are attracted. And I read something, I don't know who did this study. Y'all can go find it, but it was a study on attraction and the time it takes for someone to realize that they are romantically interested in someone else. And it was like 4 minutes of conversation. So within the first 4 minutes of conversation between an individual and somebody they might be attracted to, hetero or homosexual or whatever, they can determine whether or not they have romantic interest for that person. And then they kind of categorize them accordingly. And I thought that was so interesting because I've never in my life been able to no, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say never.
When you say categorize, like you mean
like this person could possibly be a potential,
whether
like
they're
a prospect.
wife, whether they're
well, romantic interest. So
Yeah.
so like I could see myself, being
Dating
more than a friend or
with this
platonic.
person.
Yeah. But I found that I've more than, I can't think of a time when I haven't done this. Let's just say that. Everybody goes into the friend pool. Like I meet a man and he's a friend, unless he approaches me with like some, hardcore sexual energy, which doesn't normally happen. And most people are just like, hey, how you doing, whatever. But everybody goes into that friend pool. And then the more that we have conversation, then it's like, oh yeah, maybe perhaps this could be a potential thing. And I find that I normally don't know. Like, I'm like, do I like this person or do I kind of like this person?
Yeah.
I like this person, but do I like this person?
Yeah.
It's been interesting. I'm just thinking about it now, but yeah, I don't know if that's been the case for you. If you're kind of like, oh yeah, I can tell, this person goes into this category.
Definitely not. Definitely
Not right away.
We're compatible in that way, in that sense, which is it takes, everybody is in this, like some people I'm like, hell no, no chance.
Now that might be easier than the yes.
But there's most people, almost all, like with very few exceptions, are in the maybe category. Like maybe this person could be a potential partner and maybe not. And then time tells. I can never tell because as much as, the looks don't really pay enough of a factor for me.
Yeah.
And the conversation, like 4 minutes of conversation is just not enough. I don't know their values. I don't know what's important to them. I don't know how they see the world. I don't know how they interact with other people.
Yeah.
Like, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I need that stuff before I'm anywhere close to falling in love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think, falling in love, but even just 4 minutes to say, I want to know more. I want to.
Oh,
yeah. That
absolutely.
brings on that curiosity about a person.
Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes I still need more than 4 minutes to know. And I think maybe, at least for myself, I'm more of an exception in that regard.
And anybody can fake it for 4 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true, too.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Like 4 minutes, I feel like I'm seeing charisma. Maybe I'll see intelligence. Maybe I'll see humor.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing character. I'm not seeing...
Yeah. And usually it's based on those things that we find ourselves attracted. It's usually the things that you mentioned, like warmth, charisma, kindness, humor, those kind of things. It's not even most often physical attraction.
Yeah.
So instead of us trying to like I need to beat my face and all this kind of stuff, like just be nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the viewers and the listeners without addressing the Love is Blind comment that I started.
Sorry.
I didn't finish.
We override.
So on Love is Blind,
Sorry.
there was a couple, Clay and AD. AD is now engaged to somebody else, but on the show, they were talking about what would happen after she had some kids, right? And Clay basically said, my expectation is that you would continue to work out and take care of your body,
I'm
right?
glad you brought this up because it's a big thing.
It's a big thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people gave Clay a hard time because they were like, what kind of misogynistic nonsense is this? Like, it's her own body. And I think I'm open to seeing more of that side of things. But the principle that I just described, which is that we all should make sure that we're getting progressively more attractive, I think applies like in all the ways, right?
Yeah.
I think that like I need to take care of my physical health and appearance for my partner. Yes. And I expect my partner to do the same. Yeah. And that was something that was attractive to me about Genevieve. Like I remember us talking about it and her saying like, she's like, if I got pregnant, my workouts would change. I would do specific workouts that were designed to keep me, healthy and strong for pregnancy and postpartum. And I remember like living together, she was doing 2-a-day workouts. And at the time I was like a once every 3 week workout. Like I was like 4 workouts a quarter was like probably what I was actually doing functionally. But like she was doing Shanti in the morning and Shanti at night, no matter how hard the day was. And I was like, what? So she was about it. And it was attractive. It was inspiring to me, right? I think I was like, we were less compatible because I wasn't on that same wavelength. But now what I believe is like, be it not just physical, but intellectual, spiritual, emotional. Yes. Men should be growing in emotional intelligence. Women should be growing in emotional intelligence. Men should be growing in spiritual disciplines. Women should be growing. Like that growth needs to continue, especially in the areas that you know your partner is attracted to.
Yes.
Even if you're weak in that area at the beginning, even if you're like me and don't notice messes that you make, like you need to be growing.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
Any last
I actually have a question because, so I'm divorced, and the fact that you two can sit here together and have a whole podcast is, for many of us that are divorced, it's like this would never happen. Like me on a podcast with my ex right now,
not a thing.
Not gonna work. So there has to be, and this may not be a romantic form of attraction, but maybe just a platonic friendship. What is it that still connects you?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. I have great respect for Samuel when he's at his best. And that's not to say, oh my goodness, I can't accept him when he's at his worst. When he was at his worst, it was harmful for me. And so putting myself in a position where I could create safety for myself was most important, but that doesn't take away from him at his best.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think when it comes to doing something like this, I lean into what we can create together, not necessarily what we need to build together, because we're not romantically involved.
Yeah, sure.
There is no emotional depth or connection or requirement, responsibility, expectation. None of that. So all of the hard stuff is gone. Right? So I've forgiven. He's forgiven. We've worked on our own ourselves.
Yeah.
We've grown, all of that good stuff. And so we're able to do this with our best feet forward, so to speak. And I still respect what he does and how he sees the world. And he's a visionary. He's still creative and all the things. And I don't have to worry about all the other stuff. I don't need to worry about who he's talking to, what he's doing out there in the streets. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. So I get the best of how he is and who he is. And I get to benefit from that.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a win-win-win.
Yeah.
Passion and purpose for me. Yeah. We want the same things as far as the impact we want to make, as far as leaving the world better, as far as loving and caring about people. So that's what makes it easier. It's incentive, at least for me, to push through some of the awkwardness and some of the...
Sometimes it's awkward.
Yeah, some of the, like we still have differences.
Yeah.
So my incentive is like, I trust with 100% certainty Genevieve's heart.
Yes.
Right? I trust what she wants out of life. If I know her heart, I can overlook some of the differences we may have and the things that may not be my favorite to make something that I think both of us have always wanted to do, which was find ways to touch people and to help support people live the life that they want and that God has for them. Yeah.
Yeah. And the differences don't make that much of a difference now.
Yeah.
Right? Like we might have a conversation where we have different opinions, but we defer because there's not so much emotional, heated stuff involved. Samuel was like, "Hey, we should reach out to people, and talk to them about the podcast." And I was like, "No, just let things happen and whatever." But he's a whole marketing guru out here in these streets. Like, okay, I'm going to go home and read books about couple skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know anything about marketing. So I'm going to defer because he knows more.
Yeah.
It doesn't require any kind of anger or argument to do that. It's just a release. It's a respect thing. It's a recognition that you're great and strong in this area. I'm great and strong in this area. And we're doing this thing together, and I just think it's easier to do it based on what we are passionate about and even what we're doing in our own lives.
So rather than being attracted to each other, you both are being
attracted to the vision.
Towards the purpose.
Absolutely.
100%.
Said so beautifully. Perfectly. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey.
Yeah.
So there's a final segment which actually connects perfectly into what we're talking about, where one of the questions that we're asked the most, I don't know if it's the question that we're asked the most, but one of the questions that we are asked the most frequently is, are we getting back together?
Oh, so that might be the second question we're asked the most.
What's the most?
The most asked question is, why are we doing this? You have no kids. Y'all are divorced. Why? That's the question.
Yeah.
So similar to the question, but not the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we thought we'd do
The second question, why, what? Are we getting back together? Yes.
is answer that very question. So we're going to pick up our whiteboards. We are going to both write, based on how we're feeling right now at this moment, how likely we are to get back together. Because the truth is, despite however we're feeling, we don't actually know, right?
Okay.
Karen.
So I'm a therapeutic arts practitioner.
Here we go.
So now that you have your whiteboards out,
I love it. Let's
I feel
do
like
it.
we need to do a little bit of an exercise.
Okay.
Rather than just write the answer, take a minute and just draw your breath, breathe it through, and write down, create a symbol rather than just the
number.
answer.
Okay.
Or whatever it is.
Sorry, Karen is a therapeutic arts practitioner amongst 10 million other things, by the way. So I just want to mention that. Okay.
So just close when you're doing it.
Okay, we're doing breath.
Just a little bit of breathing.
And the question is, how likely are we to get back together?
Yes.
Okay.
And really think about it. Not just the no, but just, or yes, whatever. But really think about it, breathe, and create some kind of symbol, something that represents how you actually feel about this question and about your answer. You can open your eyes while you're actually doing it.
Okay. Sorry. I thought we were doing, okay.
The closing eyes was more for
What is that even? Anyways, sorry, let me...
Don't look
I
at
don't
the
know
other
you're looking at my...
Don't look at the other person.
Such a cheater. Look at my things.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. And so you're going to reveal together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, interesting.
What does yours say?
It's very interesting.
Oh.
Wow. That's for the next episode.
Oh, wow.
Can I see
To
yours? I
uncover.
can't see. Is that?
Do you want to
Yeah,
explain?
would
Is
you
there
like
enough time
to-
to explain?
It's a chasm. So it's like the Grand Canyon. Like there's 2 parts.
Oh, okay.
There's one side of the mountain. It's like an earthquake, right?
Yeah.
And it cracks through the soil or the foundation of the earth. And so there's one thing on that side and one thing on that side. And then I'm here in the middle.
Oh my.
That's how likely.
Okay.
Are those 2 pieces of land ever going to come back together?
But do you have like rock climbing equipment or anything?
I do. I love rock climbing.
Interesting.
Love hiking.
Okay.
That's why this came to mind.
Okay.
So
Okay, and Sam.
Yeah, I have a bunch of question marks. Because when we were friends, as mentioned, I had no clue that we'd end up married. When we were spouses, I had no clue we'd end up divorced. When we were divorced, I had no clue we'd ever talk again, let alone have a podcast together.
Okay.
So now that we have a podcast together, I really don't know. And this episode has done nothing to clarify that, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, like you said, we have some degrees of compatibilities in some ways, but that doesn't mean that we need to be together, should be together, want to be together, right? So yeah, I think I'm submitted to kind of that process and seeing, what transpires.
good answer.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you so much, Karen, for being here today, for being our guest host. And I do want to say that we appreciate you and your vibe, right? Just being able to come, offer your transparency, share part of your story. That is a really big deal for us. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of Sam and Jen Got Divorced. And I'm wondering if we can have permission to list all of the things that you do, or if you can perhaps say some of the things. I know you do a multitude of things.
I'm actually bad at listing the things. That
You're
I do,
bad at listening to things.
But I can tell you where you can find me.
That would be great.
So I have a couple of Instagram handles. So one is at Hey Karen Jewels. That's Hey Karen Jewels, as in the jewel, JEWELS. Also, you can find me at Lavender Pen on Instagram.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Karen.
I should spell out Lavender Pen, actually.
Go for it.
LAVNDR Pen.
See, because it's
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Karen. Yes, always a pleasure. We hope that you will come back at some point to chat with us. And for those of us, or those of you who are out there in internet land, be sure to like, to share, to subscribe, to comment. Tell us all about your attractions, your turn-offs and turn-ons, your dating escapades, or what have you. We would love to hear from you. And subscribe, because we also love to share your vibe. So do that. We'd love to hear from you. And join us on the next episode as we continue to figure out how to, what do we want to do? Decrease, I can't remember. There's so many words. Decrease divorce rates, help people bounce back from divorce.
We want to see divorce rates decrease, decline, and disappear.
Decrease, decline, and disappear. I feel like I said that somewhere and we just kept it. Wow. It's all with the D's and the alliteration. Sometimes it's just inspired. But yes, that's what we want to see. And our marriage didn't work, but maybe our podcast will. So stay tuned for more from Sam and Jen Got Divorced. See you next time.
That was great. This is a long ending. We're probably going to cut some of this down. So what you see, just know that it was a lot longer than what you see at the end of this.